Hey there, everyone. Today's discussion is all about the wild world of data mistakes, specifically the two classics that trip up engineers everywhere, jumping at phantom signals and snoring through the real alarms.
If you've ever chased down a problem, only to find that it just vanished on its own, you're in the right place. And you've ever ignored a data blip that turned into a dumpster fire. Well, let's just say we'll help you sleep less soundly from now on.
We're pulling from a bunch of documents and stories with a nod to Donald Wheeler's mischievous spirit and his slightly sarcastic view of process chaos. Basically, if you've ever tried to measure anything and expected 2 plus 2 equals 4, you're already doomed.
Right, because in real life, you add 2 millimeters of paint twice, and somehow end up with 3.9, a bill for overtime, and a mysterious dent you can't explain.
So, the plan will break down what signals and noise really are, why our brains absolutely love mixing them up, and how the humble process behavior chart is more reliable than your company's monthly Best Ideas award.
We'll call out some common traps and laugh just enough so you, hopefully, don't cry when you recognize your last project. So let's start at the beginning. People act like numbers are these perfect, solid things like 2 plus 2 always equals 4. Only out in the wild, numbers are slippery little creatures.
Right, they're like wet soap. In the lab, sure, things are exact. But on the shop floor, you add 2 and 2 and end up at 3.9 or 4.1 if you're really lucky.
Exactly, that's what engineers deal with. All sorts of variation gets baked in, tool wear, temperature, someone bumping the machine on their coffee run. It all shows up as noise.
Which brings us to our favorite game. Is it a signal or just noise? Sometimes that random bump is nothing, and sometimes it's the potatoes stuck in the exhaust pipe. All right, ready for mistake number one? Raise your hand if you've ever freaked out over a chart, changed every dial you could find, and then realized you were just chasing routine variation.
Oh yeah, the whack-a-mole approach. You spot a blip and declare a state of emergency, call a meeting, and someone tweaks a perfectly healthy process. Next thing, your product's going off spec because you fixed noise.
Production generally assumes everything's fine until the AM. Percent nonconformity spikes, and suddenly you're a firefighter. But more often than not, you end up hunting ghosts due to normal ups and downs.
It's true, false alarms are expensive, you get extra work, more meetings, and absolutely no satisfaction because the problem wasn't real in the first place.
As Wheeler would put it, the numbers never lie, but sometimes they mutter into their sleeve. So, don't let numbers send you on a snipe hunt.
And yet, missing the real signal is the other royal screw up. That's when your oven is actually burning down, but you wave it off. It's just another day.
Absolutely. Think about those times a process chart is screaming for attention. Several values trending out, something jumps past your control limits, and you just shrug. Next thing, the customer is sending postcards from Warranty Hill.
Or, the data keeps shouting, but your team decides it's just noise. Later, everyone is in a meeting, staring at the unpredictable failure, wondering what happened. So how do you avoid this? That's where process behavior charts come in. They're like data's lie detector test. They filter out the routine, blah blah, so real signals actually shine through.
But let's not get too mystical here. Charts aren't magic. You still have to, look at them properly. Charts help you spot when the process is genuinely changing, but you can't just hand everything to Excel and pray.
For sure. And don't even get us started on people who believe every number their chart spits out, especially after shoving everything through wild transformations and automatic analytics.
Oh, right. Speaking of, can we talk about bubble plots or skewness or my favorite, plotting diameters as areas? I mean, sometimes we overcomplicate things so much, we can't see the actual signal while drowning in a sea of chart junk.
If you ever catch someone checking for normality before they even chart their data, remind them. Taste testing soup with a voltmeter usually doesn't help.
To wrap this up, remember, every engineer is stuck between panicking over every blip and sleepwalking past actual disasters. Use charts to help, know their limits, and above all, ask yourself the hard question: is this noise, or am I hearing the real signal?
Right on. And if you're still unsure, maybe get a bigger hammer. Thanks for tuning in.